All right.
Deuel County Sheriff's Office.
Hello, my name is Sean Schwartz.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, I'd like to come in and meet with one of your officers at around 1 o'clock. I've got a woman who's gonna come in with me.
Okay, I'll have someone here at 1 o'clock for you.
All right. Do you know who's on duty today?
It's either Deputy Adam Greenman, Deputy Fisher, or Deputy Holloway.
All right, that's perfect. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Start. Guess I gotta go through this stuff and decide what it is that I can grab and take with me. This is Natalie Bollinger. She was good to me in person where it mattered. A bunch of people getting involved and throwing their 2 cents in and thinking that it's all right to go vigilante and assume the worst over things that I didn't do. It's fucked up. I was never allowed to defend myself, never allowed to speak up for myself in court, never allowed to show evidence. No matter what, there was always some goddamn excuse. The police did everything in their power to prevent me from being able to make that report. Homeless people aren't human beings in the United States. If Donald Trump was a real human being who cared about actual human beings, he'd do something about the homeless first. The homeless have less rights than anybody. Right now, I just found out this morning that a guy that I know in Boulder is getting 30 years for saving somebody's life. Imagine that. Meanwhile, if you go after a child molester or a rapist, the FBI considers it a hate crime. But if you go after a homeless person, it's fine. Meanwhile, there are more hate crimes against the homeless than all other hate crimes combined in the United States. The most abused people in America are foster kids and former foster kids. If you're in foster care growing up, you have a much higher chance of having to break the law. That's because you have a much lower survival rate. You have less chances than everybody else. People think that when you turn 18, just magically everything gets better. Magically, you're able to do all this stuff that you couldn't do before you were 18. No. Most of the kids I went to high school with, when they graduated, they had a vehicle. Most of the kids I graduated with got thousands of dollars for graduation. Imagine that, getting thousands of dollars for graduating. You know what I got? I got a pack of M&Ms. We don't have vehicles, don't have a driver's license, don't have an ID. We have nothing. And you expect us to make it in a society that hates you for having nothing, assumes that you're lazy. You just turned fucking 18. You're not lazy, you just turned 18. And you got cops breathing down your throat. You got the public breathing down your throat. You don't have a place to wash your clothes. And it's fine because you're homeless. You don't matter. See, the issues that foster children face, you face those as adults as well. The same lack of support, the same bad assumptions. Natalie was in foster care. So was Alicia. Most of the homeless were. The jails are filled with homeless because it's easier to convict a homeless person who's innocent than it is to convict a child molester who's guilty. Looks good on your record when the people that you arrest, you can torture into submission. And the jails do that. Your guilt is assumed. I'm never going to stop speaking out. These are human rights, not just mine. A lot of these people that are mad at me, they've had to face these things. But how quickly they forget when it's not happening to them. We owe it to the taxpayers to spend their money wisely. Millions of dollars have been spent to punish me since Natalie was killed. Millions of dollars. You'd think with that millions of dollars, they could actually help me instead of have me waste my resources to jump through hoops that you need resources to jump through. These people who are mad at me can kiss my ass. They should have come forward with the truth. If they were too afraid to come out in public, well, that's on them. The fact is, this is a public safety issue. A lot of people did messed up shit, the cops especially. They won't let me show any evidence from any jurisdiction. Meanwhile, they can bring in shit from any jurisdiction they want. They can slander me in any jurisdiction they want. They can prevent me from getting an honest court date anywhere by ensuring that the police will not do their jobs. And how do they do that? Well, they charged me with assault against a police officer. And even though the charges were dropped, it's still on my arrest record. The police have been pieces of shit. Pieces of shit across the country. I had to go to my predators for help. with long history of ripping me off, people with long history of stealing from me and lying to me. Lanny Engleline has a long history of that. Miss Jerry didn't. Somebody has to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, even if it's just me. I didn't want to have to break the law. I started off trying to deal with it without having to go to the law. Just try to get a hold of the people who started the rumors and say, hey, this is some fucked up shit. Please put a stop to it. A lot of people are mad at me because of the things that I had to do in desperation. The things that I said were true. Now, there are things that I lied about. I lied when I said I would kill Ted Bollinger. I don't have it in me to kill somebody. Are you fucking crazy? But people are afraid of Ted because the police in Colorado did so much illegal shit. They did everything in their power to prevent me from making a report anywhere in the state of Colorado. No matter what, it's called a conspiracy. Law enforcement, the courts, the judges, the Bollingers were all involved. And their evidence proves it. Their evidence. Not just the evidence that they allowed me to have, but also the evidence they won't allow me to have. So this morning, I got a email from Steve McCrohan. Finally, after well over a year of trying to get them to send that, they are asking me for an address to send a CD to. So I'm gonna give them the address here. The police in Colorado did everything they could to protect themselves by preventing me from going to court against the Bollingers and preventing me from being able to defend myself, preventing me from showing evidence. They protected themselves from their own wrongdoing. I was tortured in the jails across Colorado. Literally tortured. No, they didn't pull out my fingernails. They didn't have to. Um, I've been trying to turn in the predators for a long time. There's always an excuse why they can't. I don't even know where to start today. I suppose I should go in and talk to them about Amy Spencer. I should talk to them about Jamie Curtis. I should talk to them about Todd Rust. I don't know. The thing is that the bullshit that I had to go through in Scotts Bluff, I had to go through because police in this town wanted to hide their wrongdoing. Outright lied to Jen Beebe. The hospitals protect the police, and the police refuse to take a report when you're trying to turn in the hospitals. When you are being harmed and you're broke and you're being harmed by police or the hospitals, and they tell you that you need to get a lawyer. I know I need to get a lawyer. You get a lawyer when you get out? No, I can't. I don't have any money. So because I don't have any money, I must be guilty. You force people into desperate situations. A lesser man would have killed people by now.